If you've been struggling with nutrient deficiencies or want to boost your plant growth, foliar feeding might just be the game changer you need. So let's get into it. But before we do, let's give a quick shout out to this video's sponsor, Optic Foliar. Optic Foliar, guys, as a grower, you're going to be spraying in your grow, whether you're foliar feeding to handle the deficiency or maybe you got one of those garden pests that you got to get sprayed out. Optic Foliar Transport has some great benefits. One, allows you to spray with the lights on. Two, it gets it right into the leaf. It'll get your spray solution into the mesophilic layer effectively. So great way to deliver the products you're using to grow more efficiently as well. Go check out opticfoliar.ca. Yell at your local hydro store, get me some Optic Foliar. Again, that's opticfoliar.ca. All right, let's get back to the show. Let's get into it, Scott. What is foliar feeding and why do I want to do it?
Yes, because it's fast, man. The F stands for fast. Foliar feeding is the foliage, is your leaves. So you're just spraying the leaves and, man, it gets very quickly assimilated into that plant.
According to the studies I've looked at, however much weight that holds for you, 8 to 10 times more efficient than absorbing through the root zone, getting it right into the mesophilic layer, if you want me to get fancy.
Yeah, very good for just a quick fix for nutrient deficiencies. And yeah, some things foliar much better than others. So come on, let's learn.
Yeah, let's talk about that. All right, as far as getting into great for applications of nutrients and IPM. So you just mentioned some faster than others. It's an expensive one, monosilicic acid, monosilicic.
You got it. For me. You nailed foliage too, man. I'm impressed.
Actually,
yes, sir.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say monosilicic acid or orthosilicic acid is a really smaller molecule of silica. Yeah, silica. Thank you, sir. Then like potassium silicate, which is a potassium. That's what like the classic inexpensive silica is, silica blast and all that. Potassium silicate is a potassium molecule hooked up to a silica molecule. It's much bigger. It does get absorbed, but not nearly as effective.
Yeah, and it's a great one. And these are the top two. I'm going to say monosilicic acid spray, excellent one. And then do I dare say Ascophyllum nodosum? Did I say that right? Kelp? I'm trying to be fancy for kelp.
Ascophyllum nodostrum, and that is kelp. Yeah, that is a really good quality kelp, or that's the one that has the most effect on plants. And kelp isn't a nutrient. It is hormones. It is phytohormones or plant hormones. So you're not trying to get, and just like when we, hormones for us, you're not trying to get, macronutrients, food. You're trying to get these hormones that are going to affect the way that plants grow and the way it eats that food.
I like it. Typically, and if you guys want to go beyond that, you can use, like we said, if you notice a nitrogen deficiency in your plant, foliar feeding is a great way to help address that. Of course, You're going to address what you need to in the root zone. If you have a calcium deficiency, you can really point your finger specifically at what you're dealing with. But those two, I would really say, are better foliar fed in my mind, the kelp and the monosilicic acid than other items.
Yes, and it's just a really quick way. If you think about if your plants aren't doing so great, the root system isn't sucking up and delivering nutrients. This is a really quick way to get them into your foliage, into the plant canopy, without relying on that root system.
Man, if you have one of the most frustrating times is when you realize you have a deficiency, you have an issue, you figured it out, but your roots are too wet to water. You still can't water for 3 days. You get some people, I figure, overwater that way. Let's talk about application to foliar feed. So you're always going to be using some type of surfactant or a wetting agent to improve absorption. It breaks down like the water tension where you'll either see, you don't want to see big like water droplets when you're applying your spray, right?
Yeah, those are magnifying glasses. If you think about the way that works, and that's how you get burns. That's why they tell you don't spray in the middle of the day. But if you use these surfactants, just think about surface. It's breaking up the surface tension of that bubble, of that water droplet, and making it flat. So it exposes it, exposes that foliar to more of the foliage. I need a new word.
You can't say those two words in a row.
You can't, can you? By the way, things like saponins, things like yucca, soy lecithin. Now I don't know how to say it, man. But things like that, you'll see. Those are very inexpensive surfactants. Surfactants shouldn't be more than a few bucks.
Timing to spray, definitely not with the lights off. You got to see what you're doing in there. Time of the do you spray with your lights on cycle?
You know what? It's just too hard to go in. No, I don't spray with the light cycle on. I spray with the light cycle just when it's first starting. The idea with that surfactant is it breaks down those bubbles that can act as a magnifying glass. The light is powerful. It can hit those bubbles and it can burn the leaf surface. So yeah, right when the lights, either when they just turn on. I don't like to do it right when the lights turn off. Because you can get molds and mildews there, but just a little bit before the lights turn on.
And I got to say a quick shout out to Transport from Optic Foliar. That's one that allows you to spray with the lights on at any time, and it'll be a great way to deliver right into the leaf surface and have that nice sheen where you can get no burn with whatever you're spraying with.
All right.
When I know you're going to be heavy on this one, when don't you want a foliar feed? Like I talk about spraying different things at a certain point in flower, and you don't like it at all, but go ahead.
I spray nothing on the flowers that I'm going to consume. I don't mind. I'll spray in the beginning in veg, but as soon as I'm in that, developmental flowering stage, no, I don't want a foliar. I just can see reason, how can there not be residuals? How can I not be smoking that stuff?
What if it's just some good terp? Spray terp. I'm just kidding.
Nice.
I agree. So basically, the first month of flowering, I'm comfortable with spraying the first month. Some people say only to 2 weeks. Once you start seeing the little white flower pistils develop, cut it out. Some products, I'm fine with going, but I agree after that prime time flowering, when your flowers really start to develop, don't spray anything on them. There are tons of products that claim you can, and I think that's just really that's another subject when you're pushed into a corner with an issue like powdery mildew or a certain bug at certain times in the grow.
Did I say that you can spray them on cannabis, or do you say that they can spray them on whatever plants they've been tested on? Quite a difference.
I'll give them a call. I'll give them a call. We'll see what's up. But let us know, guys. How do you handle your foliar feeding? I know a lot of times growers are doing no foliar feeding because they're looking at their plants. They're saying everything is happy, but this is a way to get some turbo in there, man. You probably have some products on hand in your nutrient line already that you could be foliar feeding. Let us know how you do it and give us some thoughts.
And if you like this video, hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, share this video with another grower and check out the other couple videos YouTube's recommending. You'll dig them.